channels. So I got my buddy with me, Mr. Fred. Mr. Fred, what are we doing tonight?
We're trying to blow things up over here.
Okay, so the first thing we did is we keyed this thing in a 400 watt carrier for 30 minutes. Okay? And then we let it sit for how long? 7 minutes?
7 minutes.
7 minutes, and it went down to 0. Like it went down to 87 degrees.
The top heat was 133 degrees.
133 degrees. So right now we've been keyed for almost, well, we keyed it for 5 minutes before we even bothered starting the timer. And then we shot a private video for Fred and all his buddies. And now we're shooting another video for you guys. So we've been keyed for 3 minutes without no antenna. You do this with any other kind of box in the universe, what happens, Fred?
They blow up.
Okay.
Sky high.
So if you look down here in the coax connector real close, that's just a good old, see that? It's just regular old 214 coax. But if you turn the light off, you can see the electrons still trying to make an arc gap. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to turn the lights off. You really see that now when they're firing. Uh-oh. Here, let's help this along a little bit. Look at that corona arcing through the connector. Isn't that cute? Alright, let's turn some lights back on here. Alright. So what I was doing... Oh yeah. Yeah, we still got forward power going out. Here's our temp. We're at 90 degrees. We're pulling 27 amps. Focus. Come on, you're in high def camera. 14 volts pulling 27 amps, transmitting into nothing. We've got nothing going back to the transmit radio, nothing at all. And the reason I got this bird slug moved, or the coaxial dynamic slug moved, is because, well, no matter which way I put it at this point, it'd be pegged. Remember, we're only throwing a couple 100 watt carriers. We're shooting this because it's metering. This one's in reflect, this one's in forward. It's metering everything going out and coming back at the same time.
600 out, 600 back.
Okay, so what I was doing in the dark was this with a screwdriver. See the fire coming out of that? You see it jumping over to the end of the screwdriver? Look at that. Wow. I will make believers out of all of you. Shut up. Give me your money. No, I had some guy on Facebook here earlier this week just say, shut up, quit talking, and take my money. Couldn't help but laugh. We're at 90 degrees. Still pulling 27 amps. 14 volts. Let me put this slug around here. Doesn't want to make contact. There we go. So we're dead keying 1.5 watts into this puppy. Full scoochum 1.5 watts. Don't try this with your PL259 connector in your 2x8 or your 2x6 at home.
It will blow it up.
Within seconds of you being keyed with no antenna. So now we've been keyed for 7 minutes. No antenna whatsoever. I'm doing this for two reasons.
No, it's actually about the
Yeah, I keep forgetting we did that 5-minute thing before. I'm doing this for 2 reasons. When I shot the first video, and I shot it from up here shooting down, I had several people say to me that they couldn't see the meters clearly and they didn't understand what was taking place. And what it's showing them was a full-out dead key load test of time. And now we're showing you how the box works with no antenna attached. So there's no antenna, obviously. This sucker's still smoking, Fred.
I see that.
So if you get down here and look, you can see the RF jumping over to the screwdriver, and it's turning the screwdriver into an antenna. And this is the mobile unit. Of course, we have the 2 pill, the 4 pill, the 8 pill, the 16 pill, and the 24 pill of this unit. Right now we got the 2 and the 4 built. We're working on an 8 for Mr. Black. And of course, because Mr. Black's got to have the Cadillac of everything. Love that man. Love that man, dude. I straight up. He's my brother. He's one of like 5 real friends I've got. I swear, real close friends. Love him like family. Sneak over here and take a quick picture in the background. See, now we're floating up, so we're like 14.5, 14.6. Still pulling 27 amps from the car. No antenna. What's our air temperature? Have we even broke 90 yet?
Nope.
Damn.
Now we're at about 89.
I want flames, BBI. Show me flames.
I feel like we need a roll of that.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Chooching on a cigar. Okay, so now what's happening here is the dielectric is broke down and is no longer able to insulate itself from the center conductor shield and the dielectric, and so the dielectric's gotten hot and it's now starting to conduct. This is what happens in like big mobile boxes. Like, let's say you take a 32 pill and you try and run it on some RG8 mini, the dielectric gets hot and it starts to conduct. You see the electrons jumping around in there? Little corona arcs taking place. The other thing is I had a lot of questions about how loud the box is. So when I shot the first video, come on, focus. When I shot the first video, there was a lot of this where the camera was sitting right over the top of the fans. So now I'm what? What would you say I'm, Fred? About 3 feet away?
3 feet. 3 to 4.
600 going out, 600 coming back. You want to see something scary when I start doing the arc and spark test.
Take the meters out.
Both directions. And once again, that's the dielectric burning up. Do you believe now, Fred?
Yes. I won't look at my picture.
"11 minutes in. Oh, we almost broke 90. I went up to 90 for a second, then it came right back down again. I did the drywall screw test. I've done the cut the coax test. I've done the key down heat test. I've cooked hot dogs with this part. I've boiled glasses of water. I've boiled pots of water with this, passing the RF through the pot. I've done, let's see how hot we can get a 1 kW dummy load. And I made a bubble. It was going blah, 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 blah. I've tested this at all phase angles. I've attached an antenna tuner between it and the dummy load and spun it all out of whack and keyed it for a half hour. I'm telling you, this part is the future. Focus.
I want more.
There's like no heat being generated. So let's look at the coax connector here. So the coax, the terminus, and this is our antenna in theory, right? Oh, about 100. It's 90, 101. So what's the tip of the screwdriver at? It's at 81. I took the temper right out of the end of that screwdriver. With the RF jumping over to the blade of the screwdriver. And it's literally pulling the screwdriver to the center conductor of the coax. So that's dead shorted right now. So now what's the temperature? Bet you we get a good reading out of it now. Oh, the RF screwed up the FLIR.
It did.
Yeah, it totally scrammed the FLIR. Kind of makes me wonder what kind of EF fields I'm exposing myself to here. Okay, so we reset the FLIR. Yeah, it's still getting 101 degree temperature. Warm to the touch. Believe. Believe. Believe the future is now. What's our exhaust air temperature like? So have we cracked 90 yet? 92.1. 15 minutes keyed with no antenna, Fred.
Actually, 21.
Okay, well, we can document what? 14 minutes of that on camera, 13 minutes of that on camera.
Yeah.
Remember, if
Like
you don't
you did
see it,
my
if you don't
video
see it
for-
on camera, the guy can claim whatever the hell he wants. You know, like you could claim that I'm not running this on 12 volt. I guess you could claim that. But RF coming out, going through, coming out. Oh, those are warm. The jumpers are warm. They're acting like a fuse. Going into nothing. Well, you know, here, I can double verify the voltage that we're operating on here. Grab the old Scooch'em fluke. Scooch'em fluke. Sorry, this all came out because my buddy Fred, who you guys can remember when I started way back when, he's the one that encouraged me to go ride the Dragon and try and build amps. He hired me to rebuild his 16 or his Texas Star 1200 hot plate, right? We're running on 14.8 volts. This is a Texas Star 1200 hot plate, right? You put 2879s in it. Yeah, and then I copper boarded it. And that was amp number. I don't want to say that was amp number 1 because there had been like 400 before that, but it was for all local guys and stuff. You were my first out of town customer.
Yeah.
What was it? That was like what, 4 or 5 years ago?
4 years ago.
Met this crusty guy at the truck stop and he hands me an amplifier and cuts me 2 checks and says cash them 30 days apart.
And I didn't even know it.
Yeah. Now we're your Idaho family, right?
Yes, sir. I love it up here.
Alright. We're not testing anything new. And I think people are probably going to be bored of this already. The last video I shot, I was so busy preaching to everybody, I think I bored the socks and the underwear right off everybody. Like, shut up, man! You're not all that. I'm not all that.
I can't believe it's still living.
Man, I can't kill this thing. I killed that one, but I had it.
18 and a half minutes official.
Well, I killed the one because I had no air on the part, and I was keying it over to Grand with no antenna attached, and I keyed it for like 30 or 40 minutes with no air on it at over $1,000. And what I was cooking water, and I got so cocky with it, I like pulled the line out, the coax out, and set it on the bench, and it was melting down the coax, which it was the no airflow, so the heat was just building up on the part, building up on the part, building up on the part, building up on the part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I cracked it, and it cracked the FET like in half. It made this like real high-pitched squealing noise, like a finger down a chalkboard, real quick. And the wattage went from 1,000 watts to 500. And I said, uh-oh.
It still had output.
I'm like, I got a problem, right? So I reach over and turn the radio off. I turn everything off and then turn it back on. And sure enough, that part, still half of it works. It still makes 500 watts of power, but it doesn't put out the normal 1,500. All right.
25 minutes.
Yeah, keyed, but then we've only got 17 minutes of it on film. That's the thing. You got
19.
no.
You did my
We
video
can
first.
right. We did your video first, but that doesn't count. Nobody can see that in the land of YouTube. That's the thing. That drives me nuts, dude. I watch these other guys' videos and they don't show unless the YouTube viewer, i.e. you, can see it. It doesn't count. It's like if you have a chrome cabinet like this, and you can say it's got Pixie Angel unicorn horn on the inside, and it's going to make 75 gigawatts. How do you know the guy didn't stack that thing full of 2879s and say it's full of 50-volt transistors? The only thing that leads any...
This is not.
No, this isn't 2879s, because you do this with a 2879 and the thing's going to explode. But no, I watched another video where another guy, he was like, this has got so-and-so bias in it, and it's da-da-da-da. It's like, it doesn't count for nothing. It's like we can sit here until we're blue in the face and say we've had this keyed for an hour before we even started the video. That doesn't count. The viewer, you, only gets to believe what's in front of them. And so this video being running for 18 minutes now, that's the only thing they can believe in. I've seen him key it for 18 minutes on video. So we can't sit there and we can't claim that. So that counter might say 21 on it. But the video, you can see right there, is 19.3 bits. Alright, we're spinning in circles and we're going nowhere here. Gentlemen, my name is BBI. Without a shadow of a doubt, I get, by all luck and draw and through hard work and tenacity, get to be the biggest mud duck in Idaho.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. And we're just over here having fun. I thought I'd share this with everybody. We were just over here playing with it. And I realized I've been keyed for a long time, and I thought I'd just shoot a quick impromptu, not thought through, not having to worry about anything other than we're just proving the tech and having fun video. Believe it or not, the future is here, boys and girls. And I'm glad I can bring it all to you. Let's see here.
Man, it's still.
See you guys. Good night. Goodbye.